Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. We are live. We are live. We are live. Right. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. Where's Zoom? Okay, guys, greetings and salutation, and welcome to Sheffield's Monday Night Football Banter Chat with myself, Nathan Forbes, and Lane Wisdom tonight. As usual, we shall be discussing a number of topics regarding basically football, which is why we call it Monday Night Football. So for those that are new to the show, this is how the show works. We have some predetermined topics that we are going to discuss. You are more than welcome to take part in the topics, drop some comments in the chat, give us your opinions on the topics that we are talking about, and obviously get involved in the show, and we will shout you out. On tonight's topics, we are talking about, we're doing a bit of a head-to-head. We've got Lewandowski versus Benzema. We're going to have a few very different ways of talking about this topic. Which would you prefer at your club? Who's had the better career? Who do you trust more one-on-one? Etc., etc., etc. We're going to have a little bit of a, a juvenile debate, like schoolyard times, in terms of kind of like what everybody's doing with Messi and Ronaldo, but we're going to do that with Benzema and Lewandowski. We're also going to talk about the situation at Chelsea. We're going to talk about the situation at Everton, and we're going to talk about possibly about relegation as well, and some recent and all the ongoing topics in football. But first, before we get into that, who should we start with? We'll start with Mr. Forbes, our resident Scouser. How was your weekend, Forbes?
Not bad. Played that obviously that cup that I spoke about.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm going past 1-8-1, I think it was going to start there. And alright, just hoping that Palace can finish off a good weekend. Watch it now.
Okay.
They can these knees. Okay, all's well.
Good. Mr. Wisdom, did your junior team play this weekend?
Yeah, we won 5-1. Good performance, to be fair to say. We had a few players out, namely one of probably argue our best player. But yeah, we did really well. Conceded with last kick in game.
Is that
Yeah. Done his knee. His knee's out. Well, back. I think he's back Sunday. We'll miss 4 weeks.
Oof.
Last time we played, really, actually, we haven't played since.
Oof. Injuries at young age, junior football, not good. Okay, so we've got a couple of people logged in on Facebook. We've got a few people on Twitch as well. Again, guys, remember you're part of the show. Drop your comments in the chat and be involved. Once I get the chat up. Oh yeah, we'll use this one. I forgot we could use this one. So I can see it in 2 places now. Okay, so first topic we are going to discuss. Let me update the screen. Lewandowski versus Benzema. Obviously on the back of Benzema's sensational performance in the Champions League against PSG, we thought this would be a fun topic to talk about in terms of basically who do you rate? No problem. Who do you rate more out of the two? So Forbes, Klopp phones you, transfer window right now, and says, I can have Lewandowski or Benzema. As a Liverpool fan, if he was going to pick one of the two right now to play up the middle, who would you go for your club?
Lewandowski. I just think, I don't know, it's a hard one, isn't it? I think, for me, if I had to have one, Lewandowski, I just think that, I'd say Benzema for like bigger moments when he's done something, but I think consistently, probably Lewandowski. I think he's more of a Batman than Robin. I like Batman's over Robins, and I think Benzema's always a class, top player, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think that think a lot of players that have been in the Champions League, Ronaldo's, Modric's, I think they're all more important in that team than what he's been.
Okay.
But he is unbelievable. Like, he is unbelievable. But his numbers, to be fair, aren't bad. Like, his numbers are brilliant, but just the fact that they've always been second best. Do you know what I mean? So it sort of shadows him with Ronaldo being there. Whereas Lewandowski, obviously, Lewandowski's Champions League goals are ridiculous. So I'd go lower.
Who would you trust? Who would you trust more? Who would you trust more in a one-on-one situation?
I'm scared.
Okay.
I just think, it's what can't he do it? I'm saying that what can't he do? But yeah, I just love him. But Benzema is close. He's definitely close. I think Benzema's achievements getting closer.
Yeah.
To him. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Lane, what's your thoughts in terms of the two strikers that we put up against head to head? As an Arsenal fan, if Arteta was to give you the call and say I can have either of the two, who would you punt for your club?
I think Lewandowski's guaranteed goals, and that's always welcome in football. I think on the whole, Benzema would probably make your overall team play better. But I think, yeah, if you're guaranteeing goals, you're gonna go for lower, aren't you? I prefer Benzema's style of play just because that's just me. But I think that you can never have too many goals in a game of football, can you? Especially at that level.
I don't dispute that. Do you think, Lane, if obviously Benzema went through a period where he was playing second fiddle to Ronaldo, and Lewandowski's always been the main guy, as to use Nathan Forbes' analogy, he's always been Batman, never been Robin. Do you think Lewandowski could have adapted the way Benzema did into if he played alongside Messi or Ronaldo and said, you know what, I'll be the wide guy, or do you think he would have always had to be the central focal point for the teams that he was in?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think he's got good mobility for a big guy up top, but I'm not so sure playing so wide, a wide forward is. I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but I don't think he'd do it as well and bring as much to the team as he does now. I think Benzema, even when Ronaldo was playing out left, he got a lot of his goals through. Not Benzema, Ronaldo got a lot of his goals through Benzema's movement.
Yeah.
That is, you can't buy that. You either got it or you're not. And his movement is it's ridiculous.
Okay. People in the chat, obviously Facebook, Twitch, give us your opinion. If you could pick any out of the two to be at your club, who would you pout for? Benzema or Lewandowski? Do you think? And Lane, I'll come to you this one first, and Forbes, I'll come to you afterwards. Do you think that, obviously Bayern Munich's a massive club, but they're less in the limelight of the Real Madrids, Barcelonas, even some of the Man United or Man Cities in terms of a global brand-wise? Do you think when Lewandowski hangs up his boots and he stopped playing, that will go against him in terms of potentially being forgotten as one of the his credit score could have been unless if he'd have played for Real Madrid or a Barcelona?
His numbers don't lie, and they'll live for quite a long time. Do you know what I mean? He's like Nathan said, his Champions League numbers are stupid. He's one of the only players to have positive goals to game ratio in modern day football. So
Positive, yeah.
44 and 45 and 44 goals, something stupid like that.
I mean about a season.
Yeah, in a season, yeah, he's got more goals than games, and that don't happen often. So you've got to give him his flowers for that. Yeah, I think you're right with the branding. He could have probably, he might have been marketed a bit differently if he'd been at Real Madrid or Barcelona. But I just think sometimes, as much as us as English and not even just being English, probably but like as well, like being a bit more flamboyant, we don't always give the respect to Germans, do we? Because it can be a bit boring.
Yeah.
They are just efficient, and he's just that guy. Do you know what I mean? He ain't got a trick, but he can always create half a yard. He doesn't seem like he's outpacing man, but he's always clean for a goal. His movement's obviously great as well. His finishing is top notch. So again, probably because he's not, don't look like Ronaldo. Not because, yeah, but I think as well because he's not being marketed like a Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Or marketed like even someone like Rashford or something. He's just been. He's a goal machine and that's it. But because he's like always pretty much played in Germany, it's kind of like, well, yeah, that's my job. That's what I do. Do you know what I mean? I get up, I score goals, and go home. And it's just the German efficiency. But sometimes I think we take that for granted, as in that's a bit boring or not something worth talking about just because he's not the front face of Nike or. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's never going to be in that